This video is brought to you by Vantrue Dashcams. Their N4 Pro is one half of the setup you regularly see in my videos, which has excellent quality footage, and even more stunning nighttime footage. Use this code on screen for money off until the 16th of September, and please find links to a selection of their dashcams in the description.
What is up, drivers? I cannot begin to put into words how much this moment means to me. For some odd reason, 10,000 of you have decided that I'm worth subscribing to, and for that, I thank you immensely. Wait. Oh! Wait. Oh!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the 10K Q&A. I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Not Once. It's the low-budget ripoff with hot questions and even hotter chicken nuggets, and today we're joined by Dashcam Hull. He's Hull's biggest dashcam content creator with 2 million views. He's most easily recognizable by the Vault Boy bobblehead in the back of his blue Mazda 3. Charles, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Sean, and huge thanks for hosting this event for me as well. Greatly appreciate it.
Other guests will be joining in with their questions, but before we begin, is there any make or model of car you hate more than any other?
Yeah, that's an easy one. Anything like Nissan Juke or Nissan Qashqai. And I think there's a similar theme in America where you guys all hate the Nissan Altima. It's a very similar thing here. It seems like most people, and I say that to kind of cover my ass, most people who drive them are complete morons. And I've had plenty of interactions and run-ins with these drivers on my channel.
Oh, you can hit that! Oh, bruh!
What is your biggest pet peeve while driving?
Okay, so we've got a very robotic Eli there who asked, what's my biggest pet peeve while driving? And there's a million different things that I could say, but I think the number one thing I hate most is when someone else causes a problem and then blames you for it.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
If you know someone who drives like this, get them some driving lessons before they have a crash they're at fault for. I'm glad I cut you up. I'd do it again too, you prick. Whether it comes down to ignorance, a misunderstanding of the rules or whatever, that's something that grinds my gears a little bit more than everything else. Under instructions, this is nugget number 1. Let's change to nugget.
Now, it's no secret that you support your local soccer team, but do you have a favorite standout goal of all time that they've scored?
Now, recently Hull went pretty viral for a goal scored by Jaden Philogene against Rotherham. There was a big hoo-ha about whether it was an own goal or not, and thankfully it was overruled by the FA and given as a goal. But my favourite of all time, there's a few that stand out to me. You know, there's Windass at Wembley, De Arme at Wembley, Ashby versus Yeovil. But the number one that stands out for me, and I don't think it will ever be beaten, is Giovanni against Arsenal. that season was absolutely insane, and I don't think there's a Hull City fan will ever see anything like that again. And that victory at Arsenal, and especially that goal from Gio, is the greatest goal Hull City have ever and probably will ever score.
Is there a worst road you've experienced that you never want to drive ever again?
Yeah, pretty much everywhere in Derby. Like whether it's Ashbourne Road or the U-Pass, which is like 2 dual carriageways coming into one and crossing over each other. Absolute chaos. And then of course there's that famous one that certain fans love to remind me of the 40-mile-an-hour slip road where I kind of cut up a truck. My argument was, well, it's a 40-mile-an-hour road, I was doing 40, look how fast he went past me, but of course the argument is blah blah, you're on the slip road, it's your fault, blah blah.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Not many fans will know, but you've been on YouTube for many years beyond your current channel. What content did you used to post, and what caused the change in dynamic to now?
For most of my childhood, since YouTube's existed, I've done a variety of different things. some of my closest friends will remember Dangers of LimeWire. But I had a gaming channel that did pretty well when I was in school and college, and I actually had more subscribers than I do now. But due to the partner culling, it's a very long, boring story, but essentially I couldn't ever earn money from that channel again. YouTube couldn't give a crap, and now I make dashcam content, and I also make gaming content again now. So if you haven't subscribed to Jaguar Palace yet, please go over and do that.
Have you ever competed in a video game tournament? If so, what happened?
So technically, yes. At Game Station years ago, they had a little contest going for who could score the highest score on Smoke on the Water on Medium on Guitar Hero, and they purposefully chose that because they knew that people who were actually good at the game would struggle on Medium. And after my attempt, I did actually have the high score of the day, but because of two kids dicking about nearby who nudged me in my back, I actually missed a note. I could have easily FC'd that song, and at the end of the day had a copy of the new Guitar Hero posted to my house, but I never heard anything, so I can only assume that my score got beaten. Okay, we're heating up now.
At Not Ones We Know, you actually didn't get a dash cam until your second year of driving. Clearly something must have pushed you to get one.
Just, the urge from wanting to get back into YouTube mostly. Like, I'd see a lot of wild things before I got a dash cam. My mouth is salivating like crazy. The rain, you probably hear the rain better than me at this point. Hopefully my lapel isn't failing us. Why did I do this in the garage? There was a naked dude at 4 AM who just came into the road, did a wheelicopter, laid down, and an insane near miss that must have been like a stolen BMW or something going through the middle of Derby that nearly hit me. There was a few things that kind of culminated, and I thought, hey, if I have a dash cam, my content gets made for me.
Is there a city, town or village you've visited that stands out as the worst?
Yes, and I'm very sorry to to anyone who lives there, Huddersfield. But yeah, we had a bit of a hoo-ha because we wanted to use this bathroom, am I American? We needed to use this toilet in a park. The park was open, we drove in, parked up, used the toilet, ate lunch, tried to leave. They'd locked us in. And then we tried to leave, and I'm driving about 10, 15 miles an hour down this little stretch towards the other gate to try it. And at this point, Helen Lovejoy's coming, waving her arms around, screaming, "Think of the children!" Saying that she's going to report me for driving at breakneck speeds near a children's park, which was about 60, 70 yards away up on a tall cliff. And yeah, that's the biggest standout interaction I remember, but I remember being tret by shit. Tret like shit by almost every single person I encountered in Huddersfield. I would never go there again if my life depended on it.
Besides your dash cam, what are your top 3 must-have items in your vehicle?
Oh, we're getting hot now. First of all, my rag on a stick is the most handy tool I have. I look like a maniac using it in traffic. When my window gets a bit steamy, but heck, it does the job. Spare SD cards, if you're in an accident or something. There's no such thing as a perfect dash cam. All of them can fail. If something happens that you absolutely want and need from your dash cam, you need spare SD cards. There's a third item, I don't know. The spare wheel, I guess. Yeah, a spare wheel. I specifically went out my way to buy a space saver for my car because modern cars, for some reason, just come with the bottle of spunk.
How did you get the scar on your nose?
It's quite subtle, you probably even can't see it from there. One Christmas, was getting stuff out the loft, and I can't remember if I was putting the ladder away or getting it down, but it was on like a spring mechanism and you had to push it forward and lift it over and drag it down. Well, Butterfinger's klutz over here, it slipped over my hands and went bang, and I fell off the other ladder that I was stood on top of all the way to the floor. Woke up a few seconds later in a haze, feeling my face, blood dripping from my nose, and I just go to my girlfriend and my mum, "Am I okay?" go.
Have you ever had a bad interaction when approached or spotted by a fan?
Not yet, but I would argue that if I had a particularly bad interaction with someone who knew me from YouTube, they're not a fan, right?
Hi Charles, so my question to you today is, how do you feel about being spotted or approached in public by fans, and how often does it happen?
First of all, I absolutely love it. If you spot me out and about, I'm more than happy to have a chat, take a selfie. It makes my day. Honestly, it can make my week, month, whatever. I don't know how to put it into words. It's really nice, you know? How frequently it happens. I can go from being spotted 3 times in a single day to not being spotted for nearly 3 months. There's no average amount that it happens. It seems to be happening more and more. Chances are, and I don't think this comes across enough in my videos, but I'm extremely awkward. So if you're awkward too, chances are it's going to be an awkward encounter. And especially, and I'm not firing shots here at people who have done this to me, but just coming up to me, pointing at me and saying, "I know you," doesn't give me much to work with.
If you could have one celebrity, alive or dead, as a passenger for an hour, who would it be and why?
No question, Eddie Guerrero. Especially judging from videos I've seen of how he interacts with his fans and the fact that he seems like a lot of wrestlers from what you see and hear are actually really, really nice people. Eddie was like my favourite as a kid. It absolutely broke my heart when he died. And I kind of tapered off, like stopped watching wrestling after that. I think it must have hit me that deep. But I think he'd be the biggest laugh to just drive around and chat with. He's a celebrity that was taken way too soon, and as an entertainer, he knew how to make you laugh, make you angry, make you love him. Yeah, it'd be Eddie. All day long it'd be Eddie.
Charles, do you have a favourite memory of your dad?
Too many to count, to be honest. You know, whether it's all the times I'd get drunk with him on holiday and we'd just talk about life, or whenever we'd go to Wembley to watch a Hull City match, especially when we got promoted in that match against Bristol. There was a lot of happy moments with my dad, but there is one memory that kind of sticks out in my head, and I don't know why it does. But I was training to try and be the goalkeeper on the school football team, and my dad was just taking shots at me over and over. Hard shots. And there was this one, I'd saved like quite a weak header that he'd done at me, and then as I was still on the floor getting up, he hammered this thunderous volley right at my face. But it was pure instinct. I put my hands up to block it, and it went over into the neighbour's garden. And as I'm like disorientated and kind of be like, what the hell just happened? My dad's just stood there going, you know, it goes from probably, I imagine, the immediate fear of, oh, I've just knocked all his teeth out, to, what a save, son. There's just something about that memory that I absolutely love.
It seems that you love making videos and driving, but are there ever days where you hate driving or making content about it?
It's a strong word. Oh god, that tastes like shit. It's a strong word. And I never hate it. I get bored with it, frustrated with it, burnt out with it. I know. I'm talking about both things here, both driving and making videos about it. Driving and making videos, I often have quite a high anxiety about. Oh my god, I'm in pain. I think it stems from being neurodiverse. Sometimes I just feel like something bad's going to happen. There's always just kind of like an alarm going off, and sometimes I need a break from that. And if I've got no exciting content to work with, that can be a bit of a bummer. But I never hate it, no. I love doing this.
Hey Dashcam doll, Nikki here. Sorry, did I call you doll? I meant Dashcam Ho. Congratulations on your 10k. Now, the one thing that you can do to prove to us all that you're not dull anymore is to let us all know what the most embarrassing thing you've ever done is.
It's a tie between two. And I actually have video footage of the first one, so I'll tell you that one first. The time I parked outside the back of the university that I went to load up my car with filming equipment. I'm certain I put a caption on the clip at the time like, oh, the car slid forward. Did it fuck? I just forgot there was a bollard there. I just remember looking over and there's like 3 uni kids all just stood looking at me like, that's an embarrassment that I still feel deep in my soul. And the second one was at a Chiquita's restaurant. And so I was on a date with my girlfriend, and you know, it was fine. We got into dessert. I got the churros with a pot of chocolate sauce. With a churro, I picked up the chocolate pot like this. Like Benji would describe, actually, like a hunger-crazed goblin. I was trying to get the very last bits of chocolate out the corners, and I dropped this thick ceramic chocolate pot onto my plate, and it had sounded like I dropped a whole tray of glassware. Every head in the restaurant turns and looks at me. My girlfriend's there, like, the waiter comes over and just very quietly says to me, "Are you okay?" I think we just used to pick up the food and take it away after I did that little stunt. It's tasty.
Almost everyone in the creative field has inspiration, so who are your biggest ones?
Holy crap. Okay, so first of all, FNG, football news content creator. I can't talk. He's pretty much how the entire 6 Minute Saturday series is pretty much based on the way that he does football this week. Rocket League content creator, a musty cow. He's a big inspiration for what sound effects I have and how and when I use them. For a long time in college, a huge inspiration of mine was Edgar Wright. I love the way that guy edits. I used to do a bunch of stuff to try and edit like him, but I think I've gotten lazy the older I've gotten, honestly, but Edgar Wright's well up there. In terms of dashcam content creation, Dashcam Bristol is the person I get the most inspiration from. So if my videos have gone a bit stale since he stopped making them, blame him, send him a message.
During your time as a cyclist, what was the worst thing you had to deal with?
I've always said cycling's what pushed me to learn how to drive. And there was one morning at the fork at the top of Champlands Avenue where it becomes 2 lanes. I don't know how fast this woman must have been going. I had my arm out indicating for ages, and I just kind of come straight across both lanes. The next thing I know, I've got this Audi right up my ass, holding her horn at me. And I gave her the finger, and then she pulls alongside me and says she hopes my head goes under a bus. And still to this day, even since I've been driving, it's the most violent, strongly worded confrontation I've ever had with any road user ever. And it's what pushed me to put the bicycle in the garage forever and learn how to drive a car.
Being such a big part of your life, it's safe to assume your friends and family are aware of your channel. How do they feel about it?
Pretty much everyone's aware of it. A large majority of them watch the channel. As far as I know, they love it, unless they're lying to me. Oh god, the last dab hurts. But yeah, no one in my friends or family, as far as I'm aware, unless they say it behind my back, none of them have anything bad to say about the channel. What's the next question?
Dashcam who? Dull. Oh, Hull. A question? I guess so. What's the worst car-related video you've ever seen?
Oh my god, no. So I've seen some horrible, awful, terrible things on the internet that are dashcam related. But honestly, the one that's traumatised me the worst, you don't actually see anything. it's what you hear. There's a guy just driving along with his mum and wife, and you see a brick fly off this oncoming truck. I don't want to describe it too deeply. If you really want to search it out, it's not that hard to find. But to say that it was just audio, and compared to some of the things that I have seen, for some reason, that clip really, really haunts me. And there's this tradition around here. We'll put a little extra on the last nugget. I want to be out. Oh, that shit tastes like battery acid and horse shit.
Your commenters often mention the music playing in your car, and it's often very varied. What specifically is your music taste?
So I've just done the 30-day song challenge on Instagram. There should be a highlights reel of all 30 days on my Instagram page. At the top of it, go check that out. That'll explain my music taste. Everyone hates this answer, but it's a little bit of everything. I'm mostly like rock and metal, bit of drum and bass, some classic rock, guilty pleasures. I like a bit of pop.
Who in your family would you consider to be the worst driver? And be honest.
Oh, my face is numb. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to break, I'm sorry. I can't say too much, and I can't name names. Someone in the family who, everyone thinks they drive too slow. I was once in the car with them. We was in a 20 zone and we got overtaken by a van because they were doing 12 miles an hour. And I've not witnessed the driving of this other person myself, but I've been told there's another family member who, in the younger years, would pretty much write a car off every week. From what I know, most of the family are alright drivers, you know. I hold my hands up and I say I'd make some absolutely fucking horrible howlers. If you watch my earliest videos, I'm probably a massive hypocrite because I probably drove like shit and blamed everyone else for it. But you grow and you learn. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. Okay. Oh my god, I nearly threw up on the table. I can't put into words how much this means to me and how much all of you mean to me. Thank you so much. I need help. Cut. I need help. I'm not okay. Oh god, there's stuff dripping from everywhere on my face. This is so gross.
Did it at least look good?
I don't know, because I shut my eyes.